In the ancient world, a lamp was a small clay dish, not much bigger than your palm, filled with olive oil and a flax wick. If the oil ran low, it flickered. If a draft caught it, the flame went out, leaving the house in total darkness. God used this exact image to describe his covenant with an entire royal family. Centuries earlier, God made King David a promise. He declared that David's lineage would sit on an eternal throne, uniting all 12 tribes of Israel into one nation, worshiping at one temple. That ideal cracked within a single generation. David's son Solomon accumulated gold, horses, and hundreds of wives, ending his reign with a divided heart. His son Rehoboam inherited the throne and immediately chose a path of arrogance. When the people asked him for relief from his father's heavy taxes, Rehoboam promised to double their burden, telling them his father used whips, but he'd use scorpions. This map shows the immediate result of that arrogance. 10 tribes walked away from the throne, tearing the nation in two, and leaving Rehoboam with a small, isolated remnant in the south. For the next 345 years, the men sitting on David's throne would pose a greater danger to this promise than any invading foreign empire. The corruption accelerated with King Joram. To secure absolute power and eliminate any competition, he murdered all 6 of his own brothers as soon as he took the throne. King Ahaz took the perversion further, shutting the doors of God's temple and setting up foreign altars on every street corner. Outside the city walls, he sacrificed his own children in the valley of Hinnom. The decline reached its peak when a usurper queen named Athaliah seized power. To ensure her control, she systematically slaughtered her own grandchildren, aiming to wipe out the entire royal line of David. In a single act of quiet rebellion, a woman named Jehosheba grabbed one infant heir named Joash and hid him inside a temple storage room. For 6 years, while the nation outside worshipped idols under a violent queen, the entire messianic promise was reduced to one helpless baby hidden in a closet. The covenant survived its most severe threat inside that storage room, held together by the quiet faithfulness of a woman and a priest when all hope appeared lost. There were brief seasons of reform. King Hezekiah reopened the temple and, facing an impending Assyrian siege, ordered his men to cut a 1,750-foot water tunnel through solid rock to bring a protected spring inside the city walls. This is a stone tablet found inside that tunnel. These carved Paleo-Hebrew characters represent some of the oldest known Hebrew writing. The lines record the exact moment 2 teams of diggers heard each other's voices through the stone and met in the middle. This hexagonal clay prism contains the official records of the invading Assyrian king, Sennacherib. He boasts about destroying other cities, but regarding Jerusalem, he only claims to have shut Hezekiah up like a bird in a cage. But the darkness returned under Manasseh, who seduced the nation into unprecedented horrors for 50 years. He only turned back to God while bound in chains as a prisoner in Babylon. The physical kingdom finally collapsed under King Zedekiah. He rebelled against Babylon, leading to the destruction of Jerusalem. The Babylonians killed Zedekiah's sons in front of him, blinded him, and burned Solomon's temple to the ground. After 345 years of corruption and war, the physical dynasty of David ended in the ashes of the city. The physical throne burned, but the lamp remained lit. King Jehoiakim, though deposed, survived in exile, eating at the Babylonian king's table. This fractured clay tablet contains Babylonian administrative records. It lists specific food rations for Jehoiakim, king of the land of Judah. The lamp survived the sacrifices, the purges, and the fires because the promise depended entirely on God's word, regardless of the king's unfaithfulness. This blood-stained and fiercely protected family line passed through generations of history until it arrived at a manger in Bethlehem. Every king on this list, the reformers and the murderers alike, is an ancestor of Jesus Christ. He is the ultimate fulfillment who permanently unites the throne and the altar. The flickering lamp of Judah pointed toward a king whose light the darkness cannot overcome, Jesus Christ,